Hi, this is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking, and we've been talking about fall of the year coming, and I'm going to bring you one of my favorite fall of the year recipes that I like so much. This is a fried chicken, apple and bacon that I do in a skillet. What I did earlier, I went ahead and fried the chicken. All I did is I took 1 egg, some milk, and mixed it. I dipped my chicken into the egg and milk mixture, put a little bit of flour, just floured it, put a little bit of oil in a skillet, and I just fried it. That's all I did. It's very basic fried chicken. But that's out of the way. We'll use this in a few minutes. But now we're going to come over here to the oven, and I'm going to turn my oven on. Okay, I've got my skillet here that I used to fry my chicken. As you can see, it has all the grease still in it. What I'm going to do is I've got my oven turned on low, but I'm going to turn it up to more of a medium. And I've got a half a stick of butter that we'll put right in this pan, okay? Now, I've got about maybe 6 pieces of bacon that I chopped up, and I'm just going to put the bacon in here because I want the bacon to start cooking along with my butter, just browning up a little bit. So, all right, while this is browning up, I'm going to put this back on low. While that's browning up, I'm going to take you back around over here. Okay, I've got 3 apples peeled here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these apples in 4s. And I'm going to cut, nice size slices and put them in my bowl here. I tell you, on a cold night or even on a warm night, this is one delicious meal to fix with the apples and the bacon and the fried chicken. Man, you can't get any better than that. I mean, how can you go wrong when you've got bacon and apples and chicken in one dish? So also, after I make these, I'm going to make a big pan of biscuits to go with this. So I'll have this as my main dish, and I will fix some biscuits to go along with it. So, all right, I've got one more apple to do here. Now you can use any kind of apple you want. Most of the time when I'm cooking, I use Granny Smith or I like Golden Delicious. But there are other apples that are definitely available that that you might like more. This has just always been my preference, of the ones that I've always gone to when I'm baking pies or anytime I have to have an apple. I just like the way they cook, and I just like the flavor of them. So, like I said, but there are other apples if you want to use them. All right, my apples are all chopped up. Now I've got an onion, but I only want a half of an onion in this. So I'm going to cut this onion in half like this, and I'm going to quarter it, I guess. And we'll break the pieces up and put them right here with my apples. The onion will give it a unique, I need to cut this in half, a unique flavor also when you think apples and onions, but all together it really works and it's really incredible. So let me get these all ready here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back over here to my skillet. My bacon is cooking and the butter has melted. I want the bacon to cook just a little bit more. So give me about a minute and I'll be right back to you. Okay, my bacon's got a little bit crispier, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my bowl that has all my apples and onions, and I'm going to pour that right in there. And what I want to do is I want those apples to start cooking and get softer for me with this bacon and also with the onions. So I'm going to put that in here and stir this with the butter and the oil from the chicken. And I'm going to let these cook now for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. After they cook for 2 or 3 minutes and they get a little bit softer, I'll come back to you for the next step. Okay, my apple's been cooking about 5 minutes. They're not cooked yet, but at this point, I have got half a cup of brown sugar. I know you think brown sugar along with onions and bacon, but this is going to be incredible. And also, I've got some chicken stock, and I'm going to put in about, I'm just guessing this, about maybe a fourth of a cup, a half a cup. And I'm going to stir this all together, all the way around. And now let the apples continue to cook with the brown sugar and the chicken stock. So I'm going to give these another 5 or 10 minutes. And we'll come back again. You can tell my apples were cooked, so they're cut in half. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've added my 4 pieces of chicken back to the broth. Now, this will cook. I cooked the chicken. And I cooked it well done, but I didn't overly cook it, so I can put it back in here. So what I'm going to do is I've got a few almonds too. I'm going to put top it off with a few almonds on top of it. And I'm going to let it sit here in this juice with the bacon and everything. And you see the bacon and the onions, and let it cook for about 10 minutes. And at that time, dinner will be ready, and it's going to be good. Okay, our chicken is cooked and it's ready. The apples are soft. The bacon's been cooked. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of this chicken out, put it here on my plate. Then I'm going to add some apples around it. Get some of this bacon. And that, my friends, is what's for dinner tonight. Okay, now for the true test. I've got my chicken. I'm going to cut a piece of chicken off here. And I'll get a piece of apple to go on here, maybe. And there's a piece of bacon right here. If I can get all this in here. Outstanding meal, outstanding meal. I'm sure that if you try this, your family will love it. It's a very quick recipe. You just fry the chicken up ahead of time. You put some apples and onions, let them get soft, and then put the chicken back in and let it cook for about 10 minutes, and you have a wonderful fall dish here. I hope you'll try this. Thanks for following me on Facebook and subscribing to me on YouTube. I appreciate your support. I love bringing you things like this, and this is the time of year to start thinking about wonderful meals like this. Until next time, this is Jim in Mexico saying, I send you a great big hug and thank you once again for all of your support. Until next time, God bless.